Welcome to CarpFishing.Tips. As always, here is the location of our other local dam, as well as our forecast for the day. Our local dam is located in Ridgevlei Zoo Farm on Swartkopies Road in Alberton, and our forecast for the day was 14 degrees Celsius with a humidity of 33%, a 6 kilometer southwesterly wind, I think, and our fish forecast, according to the Fish Angler app, was 0%, although it went all the way up to 80% around 4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon. Guys, this terrible blanking streak that we've been trying to get rid of for the last 3 weeks, literally 3 weeks we've been going fishing, and for 3 whole weeks we've been skunked every single time. We've caught absolutely zero. Our terminal tackle that we use is a Ridgevlei trace. The one pictured is a Ridgevlei sliding trace. The difference between our Ridgevlei trace and the one pictured is that our top hook doesn't move up and down, it's fixed to the top swivel. A Ridgevlei trace has a swivel at the top, a swivel at the bottom, and in between is some line with a metal coil and a weight around it where you can put your pack bait. Then off the top swivel there's one hook that comes out, and there's a hook also on the bottom swivel as well. And you can either hook your hook bait onto the hook as per normal, or you can do what we've done, and we've made the hooks hair rigs as opposed to just straight old hooks. Everyone seems to love hair rigs, so we decided we'd give it a shot. As you can see, our right rod Ridgevlei trace was constructed as follows. We put on our ground bait, which is our Feeding Frenzy and pellet power ground bait mixed together with some hemp seeds that we prepared and a regular old tin of sweet corn. The first hook had milimuti soaked corn on the first hook, and on the second hook we had strawberry soaked corn as well. And the bowl dips we used was FX and TCP. On the second Ridgevlei trace on our left rod, we had our pack bait again with a homemade Popup and fake red corn attached to the second hook. So the homemade Popup was attached to the first hook. On this we used Devil Drac, sweet corn and tropical syrup bowl dips. Now, as you can see, our two rods here, the left rod is placed around 3 to 4 rod lengths out to the right, and our right rod is set out about 1 to 2 rod lengths out, closer to the margins. Unfortunately, we couldn't catch our casts because our camera decided that the sky and the sun are far more interesting to film than our casting, which is probably true. We don't really have that much form. This is us re-rigging the rods. As you can see in the video, the right rod will land where the greater than and more than sign, in between the greater than and more than signs, which is more or less the same place. We've thrown in about 10 to 15 handfuls of ground bait all along this area in about 180 degree spread. This is where our left rod landed. Unfortunately, we actually hit the water feature, so you can see it pop back into the water there. After around 2 hours of not catching anything, we decided we'd move the rods to a different position. So we stayed in the swim, we stayed where we were, but we cast the left rod out to the left of the screen, and we cast our right rod directly in front of us around 1 to 2 rod lengths out, more or less in the middle of the dam. We threw over some ground bait, must have put in about another 5 to 6 handfuls just over our position, more or less, to try and attract as many fish as we could to the area. Get those fish interested, even if it's only for 5 minutes, just to try and drum up some kind of activity with the weather being as cold as it is, we've noticed a definite drop off on the amount of activity the amount of interest that is shown by the carp. And without further ado, guys, this is the beautiful little common carp that broke our 3-week blanking streak. We got skunked so many times. This is my girlfriend's first catch, so sorry for the terrible picture, but it must have been around a 3 to 4 kilo carp. Beautiful little common. It was her first catch, so she was really skittish, and as the fish started to wiggle in her hands, she got really worried and wanted to just put the fish down so that we can put him back in the dam. But she really enjoyed it, and thank goodness for that. At least our blanking streak is over. My goodness, I don't think I've ever had such a long blanking streak except when I first started fishing around 2-3 years ago. Well guys, that's it from us for this week. Please let us know of your blanking streak and how long it took, what you did to try and end your blanking streak, and let us know what fish it was, what type of fishing you were doing, the bait you used. Just share with us. We'd really like to know. As always, if you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, hit the like button, and also thank you so much for watching. We hope you learned something. We hope we made you laugh a little bit, and worst case scenario, we hope we just helped you pass the time.